Hey guys, and welcome to the J and K show. We took a few days off because, by God, we earned it.
Mm.
We've been doing this for about half a year now. Also, it's a slow season for the sports world, so we're not going to cover baseball. And so, spring training obviously hasn't even started yet, so we're not even going to cover them. But on Saturday, we did have Elimination Chamber. Yes, we are still watching the pay per views or the PLEs because we are good fans of the sport. We're just a little mad at the WWE, but that's okay. We're going to cover the chamber. We're going to also cover some NFL news. We have people getting their rosters set because the draft is coming. The free agency period is going to start very soon. The combine just happened. So we're going to cover some NFL because that's the number one sport in America. First, though, we will go with Chamber. I enjoyed Chamber. I think we could first start off with Chamber. The opening match, the women's Chamber. Jay, how did that Chamber hit you? The drama that they had throughout. I like the entrances. I got excited for it. I thought it was pretty good. What was your take on the Chamber?
I would probably put it maybe second match of the night, next to the guys.
Yeah,
But
supposed to
I
be.
could be like 1-1A, it could be either way. But I thought it
Mhm.
was really good. It flowed really nice. A lot of good spots for him actually.
Yeah.
I liked that they kind of rocket strapped Raquel a little bit and let her kind of show up her shit. I think she's
She,
ready. I think she's
yeah, she
ready.
looked great.
She looks so good. She is so ready. I believe she should have won it. But I understand the want to put Rhea and Jade together in a match because that's money. No matter what, if you get those two together. Now maybe Jade drops the ball a little bit or something, and Raquel can kind of step up into that spot. But we know Rhea's not going to do anything bad. So I did like to see that going for her. But yeah, I can't be mad at the results.
I'm not mad. I was a little shocked the way Alexa Bliss got eliminated. I felt kind of like,
First.
ow, and then she was out, and I really kind of I was a little disappointed. A part of me wondered, man, could she get it done? But it does. When we're talking again, we're gonna kind of go back and forth with Mania predictions. I think for that, I think you would say she's probably going to get back with Charlotte, and maybe they're going to go back for those tag titles. That's my guess. Where outside of we'll talk Rhea Jade in a minute, but where do you see any of those other girls and where their WrestleMania paths are
Mm.
going to take them?
I don't know. I think, man, I don't know what it was, but dude, Tiff hit me a different way Saturday. She
Everyone
hit
with
me
her
a
hair,
different way.
everyone.
Her outfit, her hair, just in the way she was doing what she was doing, she seemed to be more aggressive. And it was like,
Yeah,
okay, this is a different Tiffany right now. So
something about more matured or more like without a title, but like I'm a big dog now, like I'm a
yeah,
bigger player here.
yeah, she
Yeah,
had excellent spots, and she looked good. She was the last one gone, so she's gonna be in something, they're gonna have her in a high profile thing. With who? I don't know. But she's gotta do something too. I mean, she's just so good.
I would have said have her take the IC belt off Becky. Spoiler alert, that already happened.
Don't get me started
I
about that one. I was trying to save a little bit of the fire for that match.
Yeah, well, staying back with the chamber match, yeah, Tiff has gotta have something big. I'm not sure where it's gonna go just yet. Asuka, Kyrie Sane, so I'm not real sure where some of those women are going. I think Bliss might go back to the tag title division for the Mania. I did love the spot that Tiff had where she got slammed into the plexiglass, but you heard her skin,
Yeah.
and Raquel just started pointing and laughing.
Yeah.
It was such a good funny like spot, and I just thought the whole time like, oh, I bet that hurts so bad, because if you've ever like rubbed your skin on something like that
Yeah, you hear that?
burning feeling.
That squeak.
And she was holding her back immediately, and I was just like, oh, I bet that hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah, that grip and it's just instant. It's like the Indian burn we used to do to each other back in the day. You
yes,
know what I mean?
yeah.
It's like, oh, it's just instant. Ow.
So then propelling us, Rhea Jade. I told you that's who I thought was going to win. I told you, I think Raquel was a maybe. She did get rocket strapped and looked awesome. But
Yeah.
that's, I think they are building her because she was awesome in the Rumble too. And we were
Yeah.
talking like, man, Raquel's going to win the Rumble. And then Liv screws her over and
Yeah.
stuff. And so you could see Raquel's getting built. And so
Mhm.
we could see a Rumble next year as the winner, or we could even see a Money in the Bank. She's getting rocket strapped. You can see that. Rhea Jade, how excited are you? This just feels like two titans head to
Mhm.
head. And Jade
Yeah.
hasn't had a lot of title defenses. So how do you see this match going? Like,
You got both flavors of mommy, dude, right off the bat. I don't think you could go wrong with it. I'm excited, but I'm also a little bit concerned.
is it like mama versus mommy? Mama,
Well,
mommy? Like how would you?
yeah, I don't I call them both mommy. I don't really even care. But yeah, the fact that Jade hasn't worked with anybody recently kind of puts me off.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you've seen the Twitter beef or not that's been going on between
Yeah.
Rhea and her, and then you had Piper Niven and Chelsea Green involved.
I guess she'll do or something.
I
It's,
yeah,
it's like,
she's like, well, you all you do is talk. You like no literally no action. You never go anywhere. And then they just started throwing shade at each other, and it's gotten kind of real. But these days with WWE, you don't know what's real, what's staged. You
they
know, if it's
talked
a
about it
word,
ahead of time. You know, I like it still, even though we have the Unreal and everything. At the end of the day, it does get a little real because I think we
yeah.
remember was
Well,
it
realness
last
is what
year?
makes it the best anyway. That was just like the Attitude Era. I mean, it was
Yeah.
reality.
We remember last year, Tiffy and Charlotte Flair, they
Yeah,
were
Kaiser.
supposed to do some stuff, but then it kind of got a little real. And like,
Yeah.
so you're bound to see that from time to time. I like it. If it'll just add a little bit to their match,
Hmm.
they'll want to give each other a few checks here or there. And I think Rhea is probably gonna lose. That I actually think that Jade's gonna end up winning. What do you think at this very early 6 weeks out kind of deal?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think they would have broken up Rhea and Io if they weren't going to put a belt on Rhea. Just her and Io Sky was like the greatest thing going in the women's tag division. Just watching those two work off of each other.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think whenever they get to the point in their careers where they're not the main women on the roster, I would like to see those two be in a tag team again. But you can't have your arguably your top two female talents in a tag team together. They're both better at singles right now. So I think you got to put it on Rhea right now just because I think Jade has made it kind of irrelevant, at least recently. As much as
Cool.
I love her, I think that she's going to be, at the top of the women's division immediately, soon, but she's not there yet.
Hmm.
But I would much rather see Rhea go over at Mania. I mean, you could make Jade look strong, absolutely.
Yeah.
She's gonna look good no matter what. But I would like to see Rhea go over.
Okay. Well, I think that this is one of those things that can help Jade look like she's a bigger threat, is knocking off a big dog like Rhea.
Mm-hmm.
I do have this feeling, and somebody pointed it out. I think that they should do what they did last year, because last year Bianca Belair did not get her shot all on her own.
Yeah.
Rhea went and signed the contract, right? And I
Mm-hmm.
think it would be awesome to have her pay a favor and
Mm-hmm.
have Bianca come through or come out and talk some shit and then knock Rhea or fight with the both of them for a second and then come out victorious and sign the
Mm-hmm.
contract.
Yeah.
I think that would be excellent because I mean that's long time storytelling right there.
It
That's
is.
that's what I like to see. And we were thinking Bianca for Rumble. It didn't happen. I thought, well, they'll bring her back and she might have an opportunity at Chamber. Her finger might be really screwed up. I keep seeing pictures of her fingers like still swollen and jacked up and everything. Maybe she can't go. But if she can, that is exactly what I think the WWE should do with her is have her
Yeah.
come in and hijack this match from Rhea because I just
Mm-hmm.
like payback's a bitch. Like
It
that's the way
is.
it works.
Yeah, that's the way it's supposed to work. I would like to see that no matter when she's ready to come back. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? If she can't come back in Mania, book her a SummerSlam that way. I think that would be great to
Yeah.
have her come back and just be like, well, I'm going to do it back.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
I would
I
actually
like
like
it.
that very much.
If we can have Jade and Rhea go at it a couple times in some rubber matches or kind of get
Uh,
to it, and Bianca comes back, I'd be all right with that. You don't want to see a
I
round
don't, I
two?
don't want to, not immediately.
Not immediately. Okay.
You could have those two probably go at it 3 times a year. I don't
Yeah.
know if I would wanna see it so often, That's where WWE would get into trouble back in the day. It was just
Same. Yeah.
they would build up this matchup for a month and a half, and then get to WrestleMania, they would have the match, whatever, and then the very next night on Raw, they would have a rematch. And it
Yeah.
was like, why did I just spend 80 fucking dollars on a pay-per-view if I'm going to get the same match, just maybe the other different result the next night for free? So
One year they
that's the
had
stuff
it
that used to piss me off.
had it in like Tampa the one year, and the very
Hmm.
next pay per view was WrestleMania Backlash, and then they put like a lot of people, and it's like, wait a minute,
Yeah,
WrestleMania 2?
yeah,
So
yeah. So it's
I
like
understand that.
I don't want to see like that's, and I know Triple H probably looks at it the same way too. It's like that matchup is money right now. It's
Right.
money. They get,
But
I
you
don't
want to
think
let
right
it
now.
breathe.
Yeah, right now it doesn't get any bigger than those
Yeah.
two. But you don't want to rush back to it immediately. Maybe even not at the PLE. Like whoever loses might just go away for a little bit and then come back at maybe another show down the road, a couple months or
Yeah.
something. That's what I like to see, because I don't want to see those two wrestle. I don't want to see Rhea and Io go at it too many times, or Bailey go at it too many times. You know what I mean? It's just,
Yeah.
you want to keep it fresh, but there's a limited amount of interesting matches you can have between people. I get that, but
Yeah.
I would just like to let it breathe. Whatever happens at Mania, just let it breathe.
I get you.
Thank you.
Moving on. Yeah, I mean, I can't argue that. Also, you have to worry about staleness. I totally
Yeah,
you
it can
I
happen
guess
so fast.
I just don't want the opportunity to be missed. It's
Yeah,
just too perfect for Bianca to try to like take Rhea's shot she earned. Like, but and if you don't get it here, then I guess you just have to not do it, and maybe down the line,
yeah,
6 months or a year, there's another opportunity that she can then do what was
yeah,
done to her. So I
yeah.
like the payback of it all. Um,
That would be good.
yeah. So then the following match, I think it's everyone's snoozer of the night. Becky versus AJ. I'll be honest, I actually did not see AJ Lee winning this match.
I didn't either.
Kudos to the one thing I will say is what you pointed out. Kudos to Becky Lynch. She made AJ Lee look really good.
She did.
And I don't mean that like when you hear about other in sports, wow, the Colts made the Browns look really good. And that's not how I mean it. I mean that Becky Lynch, her technique and the way she executed everything, she made AJ Lee look really good, crisp, and flow, and she sold really good. Becky Lynch made the match as good as it could be. I'm sorry, but like I don't think that AJ Lee is an IC worthy champion. I like that she's back. I want her involved. I want her on the mic. I want her doing some things, but she's not champion worthy to me. It's a great feud, but I actually think Becky should have still won the match. I think it would have sold her better. The best in the world.
Hmm.
Everyone says it. I think that would have made more sense because you have a great heel. Let her be a great heel. Everyone hates her. I think
Yeah,
losing just makes her look weak, and it doesn't help AJ enough. So that's how I took that match.
yeah. I took it the same way. I thought Becky did carry that pretty much. It's the same old story. The women of today, whenever you pair them up in a match with a diva, former diva, they always outperform them, and they always come out looking better in the end, because the divas, I respect what they started, because they did start. This a kickoff to the new women's kind of feel, was the divas.
And AJ
But
Lee was probably one of the best divas. One that
she
you could
was.
see in her prime transition to
Yeah.
this, and it would have been that different. Like Sasha Banks, like we could have seen it that kind of way, but she ain't done it in a decade.
Yeah, she was really good back in the day, and you're right, she was one of the top ones, but it was a different speed back
Yeah,
then. And I mean, it's just where it was obvious, hey, I'm going to prepare to do this move, and it was like it would just look a little bit too slow and too staged back in the
second
day.
early. Yeah,
Yeah, where it's just like, okay, you can tell they're setting up for this. But it just seems like the girls of today are so much more fluid. They're so much more athletic, and they're way better right now than they have ever been. To bring in a diva who's at a slower speed physically, and it's like you try to anytime you try to group them with a female from today, they get outclassed, and I just think there's no way anybody buys that.
Well, they're bringing athletes in. They're
Yeah.
bringing former gymnasts, former volleyball players, basketball players. They're bringing athletes in. They're not just people who are fit that work out that, can run kind of fast or jump kind of high. Like they're actual athletes, some of them, or have a background in it. Yeah, sometimes you just have the instincts for it.
It's a
Like Tiffany
successful formula.
Stratton just has the instincts, the wherewithal. You can tell, oh, she's not just some blonde bombshell. It's like she's one of the most athletic people on the
Well,
roster.
yes,
She's
she
got it.
is.
Well, I'm just saying, 20 years ago, that's just, best case scenario, Trish
Yeah.
Stratus, worst case scenario, Tori Wilson. That's just another, hey,
Mhm.
big boob blonde. It's like, no, these girls now, they're all really good. And you see those eras, and the they're in a new era, and there's only a couple that can hang. And
Yeah.
I would argue Becky Lynch at times can hardly hang with some of the other women.
Mhm.
Now in this match, it makes her look good,
Makes her look good,
but
yeah.
she's the Bella twin when she's facing Tiffany. Like that's the difference. Even Becky's falling behind.
Yeah. Well, she is getting a little bit older. She's had a baby.
But she's
So
there, right? So she
she's
knows how to
there.
do her job. Like to
Becky
do
Becky showed that she is a second tier champion caliber.
yeah.
She's not a headliner anymore, but she can still go, and she has a lot left to do, and she could probably maybe even squeeze one more title run out of it. But I think right now she's where she needs to be, and
I think she should
she
get
looks good right now.
talking Mania. I think she should get herself a little faction. She's never
Maybe.
really had one. I mean, I could see her running a little faction of annoying little bitches or something, and I could see her doing that. Get her like two up and coming girls and
Mm-hmm.
run with a faction and have her kind of somewhere between a Miz style person or kind of between Miz and Seth. I mean, as
Mm-hmm.
far as like somewhere in that type of can still go, but doesn't go every time and is the leader and everything. I would like to see that because, like you said, we're seeing the last prime years out of Becky. I don't think that she can move the way these up and comers have. I mean, Lash Legend, like these girls that are coming up are big and strong and
Yeah.
athletic. It's not the same that it used to be.
Yeah, and I part of the reasoning behind that is when you see Raquel do what she did, and it's like, can you really imagine her going against Becky and Becky coming out on top? Absolutely not.
Stomp, smash,
No,
IC
it should be,
champion right there, boom.
should be Suplex City F5.
That's an interesting thing. I wonder, you don't have a lot for Raquel. Maybe we could see Raquel challenge Becky. I don't know.
I don't
For
know.
Mania.
She definitely. I think, man, Raquel's so ready. She's ready. She's been through the gauntlet. She's done her shit. Give her a fucking run.
The only thing that set her back was her injury. She
Yeah.
would have done been there by now. You could tell back then she was getting close to being ready for prime time. They were pushing her against Rhea. Takes her injury. Liv takes her injury. You change the storyline a little bit. And you move it around, but yeah, she's back. She's entering prime level, and her size, she can compete with all of the women.
Yeah, she's there. It's going to be hard to take it off of her, So she can go. She could go with anybody, big or small. It wouldn't matter. She could go with them all.
Do you think that AJ Lee will drop the belt back to Becky anytime recent, like soon, or like where do you see the IC championship going?
I think they're going to have. They're having. I think they announced that they're having a women's kind of like deal for the number one contender,
like a tournament or battle royal or something.
So I would imagine that they'll either do that on a Raw or I don't think they'll have somebody like that with AJ Lee for Mania because it's mainly like mid to lower upper card females. So I mean, I don't know if I would have that at Mania, but I think she would. I think she should drop it back either back to Becky or somebody else. Like I don't know who else right now, but
Lyra Valkyria,
maybe
because she couldn't challenge Becky.
Yeah,
now she.
You could. I don't know.
One of the Bella twins to bring back the AJ thing, and then we're all just like,
No, I don't want to watch two divas go at it. I don't. That's just, it's not. I would probably shut it off during that match just so they didn't get ratings during it.
Yeah.
I would be that reason.
I don't know where they go with that belt, and like it feels kind of like stuck. So we'll see what they do. I think it was just better if Becky would have won, but hometown of Chicago had a lot of pull, I
I'm
guess.
convinced that's the only reason that they pulled that trigger is to
Yeah.
give Punk and AJ that moment in Chicago.
Yeah.
And if it was, fuck off. That's so stupid.
Moving to that, the Punk match, his entrance.
Spoiler
I
alert,
mean,
my bad.
yeah, no, you're good. Anyway, yeah, CM Punk comes out to freaking Jordan. So, like, right away, you text me, and I was like, well, Punk's going to win. It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we probably already thought he was going to win. I mean, it's like 99% certain. But yeah, playing that song and doing all that, it's like, yeah, that's a guarantee. They just told you that
Yeah.
Punk's going to be going over. I thought the match was pretty good, but like you said, I think the women's chamber was definitely the second of the night. This match wasn't too far behind, but I'll be honest, I kind of wanted Finn to win, man. Sometimes
Yeah.
I just see a guy who does everything right and is awesome, and sometimes I'm like, quit shitting on him. There's a few wrestlers out there like that, and
Yeah.
I'm just like, he just wears a big old fucking Irish smile and moves on his day. Or what's his name, Schmergle or fucking Fergal. He's just happy as can be. He's got his fucking 20-pack and he don't care. But I think he should be a title holder and not a tag title holder. He should be leading Judgment Day, and he should have an actual world title here in the next year. Like, I think he should have it and see what he can do with it, because I think he's a lead guy.
Yeah, and he got screwed out of the Universal when he first won it. And hasn't been back since. And it's like,
yeah.
I think it's been long enough. I think he does deserve to be up there, but I don't think that it's going to happen unless he brings back the Demon. I was waiting for it. Like, I was so bad.
You thought they were going to have him combat
I was like 99% sure that it wasn't going to happen. But every time Finn Balor has a PLE match, I'm always in the back of my mind just wanting to see dun 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 dun. It's like, oh, I'm ready to jump out of my boxers for that.
I think that he would do that for one of the big PLEs, and Chamber might have been big enough, so I could understand feeling like
yeah, it's like one of those, I have to win, I have to beat him, and what's the only way you can beat him? Hey, Demon time, bro.
So then this match, we know, is going to set up, which we already kind of knew, Punk versus Roman Reigns. They had themselves a little back and forth on Monday Night Raw. I watched the clip.
Yes, they did.
I think CM Punk took it too far. Too far!
Hey, and a lot of people probably look at that and are just thinking, you're making fun of his dead dad. You're bringing up his dead dad.
What?
Christian's been doing that for years. So dead dad syndrome isn't really a thing anymore. He kind of pulled the Band-Aid off on that. Yeah. But it's like, yeah, this is one of the reasons why I love CM Punk. It's just because he is willing to go to a place where you don't expect him to go, exactly when you don't think he's going to do it. You really think that he's going to bring up Appa? No, not to Roman, not right there. But it's like, hey, we have to sell this match, so I'm gonna fucking hit you in the balls really, really hard. So yeah, dead dad, is that off limits? And knowing Roman, he's probably like, nah, dude, I'm good, I'm over it. We're good. We're good, do it. And it's like, okay. And
then he hears the line because he doesn't know, and he goes,
instant rainy commercial fucking time. It's like, oh, like, wow. Because when I saw that, I was like, wow. I was like, that is powerful shit. But that's like, now I don't know who I want to win. It's like, do I want Punk to kind of be able to pull one over on him and get away with being a dick? Or do I want to see Roman just beat the living piss out of this guy and knock his ass out for a few months?
I know that he was a champion for a very long time.
Very long time.
But Roman's going for the world heavyweight title, which he has not held since it come back.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been 2 years since he was. By the time we get to Mania, he'll have been 2 years since he lost it to Cody.
Yeah.
I think that might be long enough for him to at least just have a few month run until SummerSlam or something. I don't know, but I just kind of want to see Roman win, and I don't think I don't think he's going to. I honestly don't think he's going to. I think Punk's going to win.
Yeah, it depends on how far they want to take the Punk title reign. I don't know how. I mean, they gave Cody a year. I don't think they're going to give Punk a year. I mean, they may give him multiple runs within a year, but I don't see him going a year. I mean, he didn't look bad against Balor. I mean, he held his own. I mean, he looked fine. But there's like, when you get about 75% through the match, there's always a part where Punk's like, oh, he's like got some bad indigestion and he regrets every decision that he made. But
like he hit his pain tolerance for a minute, he just has to let it out.
Yeah. Like he needs
a Peter Griffin
he needs
like
somebody to run down and hand him some ibuprofen so he can get through it. But and it's always funny to see because it happens in every one of his matches. You get like towards that late push and he's got that just look of, fuck this. Why did I do it? And it's
and
hilarious.
If he's not, think of it, if he's not really feeling that much pain, he's selling it because we fucking believe we believe that he is like cramp. Oh, there's a cramp.
Yeah, because I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure he's got me by a few years in life.
Yes. He's between 45 and 50, I believe.
Yeah. So he's 47.
Okay.
I'm 42, and I have the knees of a fucking 125-year-old smoker.
You couldn't even take a chop to the back. I
could probably take one and be okay. And then it's like, yeah, we're done. But, the fact that he's older than me, doing this stuff, it's like, I can respect that. But I can also relate to like seeing the old man come out. And it's like, I don't want to do this very much longer. And you can just tell on his face where it's just like,
he's like looking at the ref, and the ref's like 3, and like you're like, okay, yeah, it's 3 minutes left.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, I could probably pick myself up off this mat 2 or 3 times. I don't want to fall down anymore. No more bumps. I want to go to bed.
We did see the return of Seth freaking Rollins.
Finally.
And I want to bring him up here because I want to point out to everyone that the World Heavyweight title was vacated by Seth freaking Rollins. He did not lose the belt. And what we had last year was a triple threat between these 3 that all hate each other so equally that you just really don't know what to do. I know that the vision is obvious for Seth Rollins, but I can't help the fact that their top 2 guys are injured. Now, do we want to see Logan Paul versus Seth Rollins? I'm fine with it. I'm totally fine with it. Logan's good and big enough, but we have seen that before earlier on when Logan was getting his cut and his jib. I think, dude, Seth Rollins should fucking, by the time the 6 weeks we get to like week 3, he should just be like, you guys talking shit about being the champ and I never even lost it. And I think he should pull a fucking Bianca and get himself in the fucking match, and we get a triple threat redo of last year for the belt. I mean, I kind of think they should, since the vision's hurt. We're not getting Braun Breaker and Seth.
Yeah, no, but I think I really think that they could probably sell Seth versus Logan Paul. I think that would be a really good match. Actually,
it's what they're gonna do.
They could pull it off, as long as unless Braun Breaker's healed by then, and then maybe you could bring him and Seth go at it, But I would not be pissed off for Seth Rollins, Logan Paul, night 1 or night 2, whenever the hell it is. I would watch that, and it would probably be very entertaining.
Yeah, they're gonna do that because they probably do want to have Logan Paul. He is a draw.
Yeah,
and he wouldn't have anybody to face unless you put him in theory together and do the tag team type thing by then. But yeah, it's gonna be him and Seth. It's just that opportunity. It's like the heavens with the injuries is telling you this isn't what you're supposed to do. The Vision versus Seth, let it simmer. Let him get healthy and just have Seth go try to get his belt back. I don't know. Yeah, I would be excited for that.
Yeah,
with no Paul Heyman.
Well, before Raw yesterday, I would have said that would be okay. But with what happened last night, I think it's so personal now. You have to have a one-on-one. I would almost say I would like for it to be maybe even a Hell in a Cell, maybe. just to have something where they beat the piss out of each other, or just maybe a tribal combat, you know what I mean? Something along those lines. But just to see those two go out, because that's what I want to see now. I want to see Punk versus Roman. I don't want a third option. So that's why, like, right now, brain turning a little bit. I was like, oh yeah, Seth and Logan Paul could probably put on a banger.
Yeah. It's good enough that it's going to be
And
that.
maybe Braun and Bronson getting hurt ends up pushing Logan Paul a little bit quicker than they wanted to. But I think he's all right. I haven't seen him do anything ridiculously wrong yet. So I think they could put on a good one.
People hate him. I understand that. But I'm going to say it. Logan Paul is a future world heavyweight champion. He's going to be the guy. He's going to be the guy on the brand. He's going to have the belt. It is because you hate him. So if you could just stop hating him and be indifferent, maybe then he wouldn't. But it's because you hate him that he's going to be one of the heels in the next couple years that gets a hold of the belt for a little bit.
And how long has it been since we've had a true heel title run?
Yeah, true.
It's been so long.
Yeah.
Even though Roman was technically a heel.
Like people were so happy that he was finally heel that he was face.
Because it was so good. It was so well done. And everybody's like, this is where we finally wanted Roman to be.
Yes.
So that you did it right finally.
And all of the heels, it's like, they're Deadpool. Everybody loves Deadpool.
Yeah.
Like, he's not a hero. Yeah, but he's awesome and he's our favorite and everything. So it would be cool to see a true heel. And honestly, there's only a few that cover that mold.
Not very many.
So, yeah. Anyway, before we go all the way through the chamber, the reveal of the box, I mean, that will happen right before, which really set the mood. I'm going to be honest with you, bud. I'm going to give you a little Conor McGregor on this one.
Who the
fuck is that guy? Like,
not a lot of people know who Danhausen is, but for those that do, he's comic relief. I mean, that's basically he's a more lightened boogeyman, basically. A lesser known R-Truth. He's a character. Yeah. He's basically a character. He is funny. He's entertaining. The backstage crap that he did at AEW and on the indies, whether it was with Ring of Honor or whoever else. I mean, it's fine. It's fun. He's not like overly active, he hasn't been in a whole lot of matches, but he can go at times. But he's basically just comic relief character. And that's it. But I think he'll win some people over. He's not such a bad dude.
I will laugh at him until he makes me laugh, and then I'll laugh. But I'm not ever going to be excited for him.
Yeah.
I will have to say, when I first saw the box open, I was like, what's in the box? Oh, it's another box.
Oh, it's another box.
And when I saw the shape of it, I was like, no. Because I knew right away that it wasn't something that people were really excited about. I was like, I don't think Jericho's going to come out of there in a mommy costume or some kind of weird bullshit. I'm like, who's it going to be? And I'm like, oh no. And I immediately started worrying in my head, like, gimmick. And then here comes these fucking women and then this stupid vampire. And I'm like, oh God. Like, look, that's such a Vince McMahon thing. I thought we got away from the Halloween gimmick guys. Okay. Like, can we just not? Like, we're not in that era anymore.
Well, he's not a serious competitor or anything like that. He's genuinely just a character. Maybe they'll
put a curse on you.
Yeah. Dom. Yeah, that's been his shtick for forever.
So no, Dom's gonna keep tripping over his own feet and getting closer, losing matches. And he's like, what's going on with me? I don't understand. Dude, it's that darn curse.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to do in the backs. That's what we're going to do now for behind the scenes.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. He takes a while to grow on you. I'll give you that. But
like a mole.
Yeah. The reveal part, I wasn't a fan of. I thought it was something that could have been done on a Raw or SmackDown, not in between the men's chamber and the championship match.
Do that reveal at a regular show.
Yeah, not something like that. But, I knew it wasn't going to be Jericho. Jericho's not going to come out at an Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. He's going to come out at a Mania or a SummerSlam or reveal as an entrant in the Rumble or something. That's where they're going to bring him in. And when Punk said you just made the list last night, it kind of made me think, okay, the seed was laid.
Yeah.
We get it. I mean, everybody's been saying it since, oh, Jericho's going to be at the Rumble. Jericho's not going to be at the Rumble. Well, Jericho's going to be Elimination Chamber. Jericho's not going to be Elimination Chamber. Now it's like Punk said that last night. It's like, okay, WrestleMania would be where they would bring Chris Jericho back if they were going to. It would make more sense now to do it now, so. Okay. Maybe, Brock Lesnar's open challenge, I don't think they're going to do that, but, something along those lines. Maybe they have an open challenge of some sort or a mystery opponent, like when Cody got revealed a couple years ago, have something like that. Somebody's like, oh, I deserve to have a match. And it's like, I deserve somebody who's, worthy of it and stuff, and then you have Jericho come out.
It has to be a pro's pro, and Jericho's going to come back as a face. So you would like to be able to do him against the heel, but again, you don't have any of those, hardly. Yeah. So people that stand out where I can see them not having a match, but being big enough is maybe Sami Zayn.
Mm-hmm.
I could see that. But I don't know who you put him against, because you're going to put the other people in matches that have some serious importance. Who's going to be the inaugural exhibition, debut for Jericho coming back? Like, I don't know who that would be.
Yeah, I don't either. But if I'm going to be honest, I don't want to see Sami Zayn at WrestleMania.
Maybe LA Knight.
You could, yeah, but Jericho has to go over, man. You can't bring him back and then not let him go over.
LA Knight has no problem taking pins. He does it for a fucking living.
Yeah,
at this point,
because he slips off the top rope.
Well, it's another pin. It's just another pin. It's another Monday.
I don't know. I want to see him kind of stop doing that. If you're not going to give the guy anything, which he did not help himself. He didn't help himself.
He slipped right before he was going to be eliminated. It's like he's got trimmers now.
I'm not somebody who's going to sit here and be like, I fucked up. I can't do that, So and
as a matter of fact, people are going to slip. None of the other guys are doing a move quite like that either. It's kind of a unique to him.
Plus, they've had matches in there the whole time. People sweating all over the turnbuckles and shit. Of course, I'm sure it got a little slick. Yeah. But when it comes to that world, things like that are going to get magnified, way bigger than they ever should be. Mm-hmm. But with that slip up, for sure, I think that kind of hurt him a little.
I got an idea. Chris Jericho versus Dom Mysterio.
Now, see, I could probably get behind that.
That kind of gets you right enough. Like, it hits you just right.
Yeah, because it doesn't matter who you put against Dom. You just want to see him lose. Even though I love Dom so much.
Yeah.
What he does it so well.
It's just weird because if you stood on a wall with graffiti, his neck would disappear with all the new tats he's got. So you would just see a floating head. But
yeah, hell yeah.
It's a little weird looking, but I mean, it works.
It does. It's
very pale white face. It seems now that he's like it's you get whiter somehow. Is this like a Michael Jackson effect? He's got this tattoo like.
Well, wait till spring and summer hits, and he gets. Sun gets back out. Buddy will darken up a little bit.
That little Guerrero tan. Okay.
That's right, bud.
The Chamber, though, LA Knight messed up. We'll go Seth. So running all those guys around to kind of get people to leave. He does it again on Monday Night Raw to get what he needs. Kind of looks like the Thing. And it's like, how are you going to fall for it? We'll see how that moves on.
Mm-hmm.
Seth sneaks in, takes out what my brain drawn apart.
Paul Heyman.
No, Brad, that was Monday Night Raw. He comes in and he fucks Logan Paul. There you go. Logan Paul.
Yeah, okay, at Chamber.
Yeah, my bad. At Chamber. He fucks Logan Paul. He gets eliminated. Then, of course, it's starting to get a little old, Jay, but they leave the door open. And you just kind of like, oh, who's coming in, right? This chamber that is easily impenetrated. It's a little bit of a shtick. I'd rather someone be under the match, just make them lay there for 25, 30 minutes, and then they come out that way or something. The whole door open thing is like getting a little old. But Drew McIntyre, I told you, I said, I think Drew's going to come in and fuck him because we've seen it. We've seen the door open, and we know how it works. When someone's walking out, someone comes fucking running in. Drew McIntyre fucks Cody, but RKO to him and then to Cody Rhodes after his cross
Yeah.
cutter. So RKO, Randy Orton wins, which we were talking. We were like, I really want Randy Orton to win the match, but
Hmm.
I'll be honest, I really didn't think he was going to. I mean, I
I
didn't think he would.
I
I
think
wanted
it
it.
was I think it was going to be a dead ringer, Cody. They were going to give it to Cody.
Yeah,
But,
everyone thought it.
I was rooting for Randy because I want Randy to get number 15. I think he deserves it.
Mm-hmm.
Give him one more run, and you could have Cody take it off of him, but I think that would lead to the perfect time to turn Cody heel would be between WrestleMania and SummerSlam. And, Randy wins the title, Cody gets jealous, and fucking slams him because he got RKO'd. Sends a message, and you could build Cody, Randy for months before they go at it. So
Yeah.
I would like to see that.
Yeah. If I'm being honest, I can't decide where I want to go with it. But this Friday, they announced that Cody and Drew are going to go for the title. And now my brain's tickling the idea of like, okay, Cody could win and we could have Cody Randy Orton for Mania. But after digesting it for a couple days, I think this is the tease to what you were talking about just now. This is the tease where we get the idea of what could happen, but it doesn't happen. I think Jacob Fatu is going to fuck Cody.
Mm.
And then Drew McIntyre is going to have Randy Orton. He's going to have his belt. He's going to face Randy Orton. Cody's going to deal with Jacob Fatu. Then hopefully Randy Orton beats Drew McIntyre for the 15th. And like you just said, Cody he got fucked. He can't take it. He's tired of just people always screwing him over, and he can't handle it. And then he turns heel on Randy Orton. That seems to be the build. That's the closest that they've had where I've actually thought that's what they're going to do. I thought maybe they would do it with Cena. It was just the short stint of Cena. They decided they backed off of it. But I think it still was the heel tease. And I think the heel tease is almost ready to go. That's what I think is going to happen, Jay. What do you think they're going to play out with Cody Drew, the Orton scenario for the Mania? How do you think it's going to play out?
I think I think Randy will go over on Drew. I think Drew's had a pretty decent run.
So you don't think Cody's going to win on SmackDown then?
I don't think so.
Lose?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think you're right. I think either McIntyre is going to come out and maybe do some shit. If Fatu comes out or does something, you know what I mean? There's going to be some stuff to go on, and I think Cody might win the match, but he won't get the belt.
Right.
So I think you have Fatu come out and either go for Drew, but he hits Cody, and then Drew picks up the win on Cody, and then you could do Cody Fatu at Mania.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably have Fatu go over and really piss Cody off and like push him into that heel turn, Yeah. So that's what I really want to see. And I've told you before, I really want to see within the next year, I want to see Cody heel run, and I want to see Bullet Club. I mean, actual, true, real Bullet Club in WWE. Like I would like Cody, Finn Balor, Tama Tonga, like all the guys who were in the Bullet Club or leading the Bullet Club at one point or another. I would love to see that in WWE because we haven't had like that DX Evolution kind of stable to come in and just destroy everyone and be at the top. You know what I mean? Like an NWO style. I mean, Judgment Day's been good, but it's been like a little bland as of late.
But they've been like a baby bloodline to some degree, right? So the bloodline's been probably the closest we've had.
The bloodline but it was like a beast.
It wasn't dominant in the way you're describing. It was more of an aura.
Yeah.
Right? Where you're talking a dominance. You're talking something in a little bit different demeanor. So yeah, I'm picking up. I agree. You could call it, the Bullets, the BC Club.
No, I want it to be called Bullet Club. I mean, I don't want any other bullshit. I don't want the fourth wall needs to be broke already. If we can have WWE Untold, we can have fucking Bullet Club in WWE. I don't give a shit.
Well,
everybody knows who it is.
You just want them to go buy it and say fuck everything.
I'm pretty sure New Japan owns the rights to it, but it doesn't mean like you can't go out and be like, look, this is what we want to do. And New Japan is open to work with like anybody, but I think they have a working deal with AEW. But I don't think it would be that that big of a deal to go up and just be like, we're going to use Bullet Club, because I think it works, and I don't think they would bitch about it.
Okay.
But since it's all former members anyway, and then I would just love to see that imitation. I don't want the club, and shit like that. I want Bullet fucking Club.
Okay. All
So
right.
that's my wish as a fan sometime, but it has to start with a Cody heel turn.
Okay. I'm with you. I think that that's what we're wanting at this point. I hope that they pick that feeling up. We don't want to have a Roman Reigns situation where Cody starts to get booed because we're like, okay, we get it. Face,
Yep.
face, face, we get it.
Yep.
We
Politician, shaking titties, kissing babies, all that
we get
stuff.
it. Yeah. All right, so now as we close that chamber stuff off, we have straggling things for Mania. What kinds of things do you see getting set up for Mania that hasn't already been like basically announced to some
Yeah.
degree?
Well, I think we discussed Seth and Logan. I think that would be a good one.
Yeah. Yep.
I think
What's
I
the
would
Lesnar
Lesnar Open Challenge. I think should be Obafemi. I think that would be. I think that's where they're leaning or where they should go.
because of the Rumble stuff, right?
Rumble stuff.
I think
Yeah.
that feels like
Yeah, and it's another example of big meaty men slapping meat.
yeah.
So everybody like to see it. It would be like a 5 minute throw them around, slam them down. Wouldn't take very long.
I have a different person in mind.
What's that?
I think we should finally get Gunther Lesnar.
Yeah.
Gunther goes over on Lesnar, and Lesnar starts to get retired.
Yeah, I don't think Lesnar's much longer for anything.
Right.
So I mean, I get that, but I wouldn't want to see Gunther Lesnar unless it was going to be Lesnar's last match. If you're gonna
So maybe SummerSlam then.
maybe something like that, because the way they did like last night, Gunther unmasked Dragon Lee like right in the middle of the ring.
So he's just gonna face like 7
They're
Mexicans.
setting up, yeah,
Latinos,
Yeah.
Penta, and Phoenix, and everybody, and Rey Mysterio at fucking. Oh, he's probably gonna retire Rey Mysterio. Maybe.
Yeah, and I think
Or
that's where
something
we're
at
leaning
Mania.
here, because we're leaning, if he's going to be the
retiring
new
people.
legend killer. But I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think, he could probably go until he's fucking 80. But it has been a while. He's kind of not been doing much as of late. He'll have a match here and there. So I think it would be it would be a good way to end Ray's career with a match at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
Have that be your swan song, and if he was to retire Ray, I'm not going to look at it, as the Cena retirement, you know what I mean? How we were just disappointed by the way it happened.
Yeah.
But
he could have lost. The tap out was the problem. Everything else was fine.
Yeah.
He could have lost.
Yeah. And that's fun. But I think I would feel a little different about it if Ray were to go down, and Gunther would go over on him, because it's like, yeah, we love Ray, and everybody is a fan of Rey Mysterio no matter what. But it's like, dude, it's been a while. You need to retire. It's probably a good time to call it done. And yeah, why not have Gunther do it? You're going to have him retire probably another 4 or 5 people anyway. So yeah, why not? I wouldn't be pissed about it. But I mean, that's just the way it looks right now, just because they had that whole thing last night. But yeah, I genuinely think it's going to be Obafemi and Brock. And yeah, I don't know where else they would go. I would say maybe I can't really think of anybody. I can't think of anybody else that I would want to see go against Lesnar, because it would be a squash if it was anybody else.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think it really should be one of them bigger guys, and I think that's it, because you just need to match the beef. You can't just do anything just different than that, I think. So what about, we see like Julia with the women's? Do we see her? She should end up having a match. I know that there's not a lot of stuff going on over there, but
yeah, Julia, they should have her in something, and Sol Ruka too. Maybe you could put those two in a match or something.
Yeah,
because I think that. I like a Sol Ruka. Or you try to find a way to do a stipulation or something, maybe a women's fatal 4-way or something like that, or
yeah, because it's interesting. You got the IC belt, and it's like they're both kind of. Julia is well above, I think, AJ Lee. but you both kind of have to figure out a feud scenario possibly for both. You need to kind of create something over the next 6 weeks. So kind of weird they're in the same boat to some degree or another. I hope we don't get a grunge match, Becky AJ again, because you kind of sold it down river doing it the month before. So
Yeah.
I think they'll just, probably pivot and have Becky win this little thing and face AJ again. But for Julia, yeah, I think Sol Ruka is an excellent choice. You have to pick somebody younger, up and coming that hasn't had quite a moment yet.
Yeah.
And I think it makes Sol was Julia. It makes it more interesting if it's like a fatal 4-way. So I would hope that they end up having something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would be interested.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a bad little deal. But the we were talking earlier about the IC deal that they're having. I guess it's a gauntlet match that they're having.
So they'll make sure the person that goes last has a really good chance.
Yeah. Well,
I've
it's
always
the
hated
match.
gauntlet matches.
Yeah, the match is Lyra Valkyria, Bailey, Io, Raquel, Asuka, and Ivy Nile are the contenders for it. So they'll be in probably random orders. So yeah, any one of them, I'm sure whoever wins that match is probably going to be. Maybe they'll put it Mania with AJ. I'm not sure. I don't know if they'll have it be a Raw or anything like that. Yeah, I don't know. But either one of those guys could have a match. I would probably want to see Raquel go over.
Yeah, but like, how much can you sell AJ Lee versus Raquel? That one seems.
Yeah,
it kind of seems squashy. Dare I
it
say?
would be. I think it would be because I think Raquel would just smash her. And maybe rightfully so.
Like a
But
5 minute squash kind of thing.
yeah, because when I watched AJ Becky the other night, I was like, I would be okay if I didn't have to watch another AJ Lee match. I would be okay with that. I think she works better as a mouthpiece anyway. It's like I just don't think it's like she can't go with the new breed, man. It's just you can just tell.
Yeah.
Like they're so much better. I don't want to beat a dead horse, but it's just what I see, maybe I'm an asshole.
Yeah.
But I think the women deserve to have, because you have so many of them that are good, at least, a couple of good gimmick match, a fatal 4-way or some shit on night 1 or 2. But
Mhm.
it's just the roster of women is just ridiculously loaded.
Yes.
It's hard to find something for all of them to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure they'll probably have a women's battle royal or some shit like that. It's stupid. So you could have the Bellas come out and shake their tits.
Yeah.
But I hate it.
Where do you see like the Usos with their tag titles? Like who do you see them getting matched up with? Like like I would have said that the Bronze, but they're not healthy now, and so I'm looking at trying the landscape, and it's who do you see, or do you see them having like those famous fatal 4-way type of things? Like where do you see that the tag titles going?
Well, you could put the Usos against anybody, and it would work, man. Maybe you could. I would be stuck between wanting to see a classic and then something fresh. I would
Like the Hardys.
Not the Hardys.
Not the Hardys, no.
But New Day.
New Day.
Because I like seeing New Day. They're not done yet.
Yeah.
Plus, it's Mania. You got to pull out the big guns.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know who else you could pair them with. Yeah, you could say Logan Paul versus or Logan Paul in theory, but I really think that with, like you said, the Bronsons being injured, I think Logan Seth makes the most sense.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe you could do Usos and I don't know, Judgment Day somehow.
Who do you think attacked Jey Uso?
I think
Sami Zayn. No way, right? Like it's not. You're not ready for that yet. Like it's not. Like who attacked him?
I don't hate it.
Thought Solo.
I don't hate that if that was the angle. If Sammy was the guy that did it, I don't hate it because it would justify my hatred.
Oh God.
It's unhealthy.
Yeah.
I'm tired of Sammy after with the bloodline, and then the spat that he had with Roman and them afterwards, and then the bloodline comeback, and then that kind of died out. It's like I'm tired of seeing smiling, happy, fucking joyful, positive Sami Zayn. Like I want Dictator Zayn to come back.
Yeah.
Like I think he needs to go to another kind of level and kind of develop the character, make him a little bit, make more of an asshole.
I think he should just simply always have his hair in some kind of thing, some kind of bun. And I think he should have his beard wrapped up in like a cylinder thing, and like how my headphones are doing.
Mm-hmm.
I think he should just walk around like that and be like a prick to everybody. It's just like I
Yeah.
think that'd be fine. That's all he really
Yeah.
needs to do is just change persona.
Yeah, I would like that. And I mean, and reaching deep down into the aluminum foil hat, if you will.
Don't do it.
The reason that I wouldn't mind seeing Sammy turn heel is because if that were to happen and Sammy was to be that bastard and just start being selfish and taking shit, instead of waiting for it to be given, Cross could come back and be like, I was fucking right, dude.
Cross was right.
Cross was right.
So what a wild thing, because I was wondering if you're going to go there. What if Sammy did attack Jey Uso and it's Sammy and Cross as a tag team versus the Usos? That's interesting, right? That's interesting. I'm just saying.
I wouldn't hate it, but yeah.
So, all right.
That would be a WrestleMania worthy kind of thing.
I admit that with the Usos holding the belt, it does feel like we don't really want them to be relegated to just a simple, awesome tag match with a bunch of guys. I think we're asking for a plot line to go with it that makes us care more. I think because of the Usos, they are a beloved tag team. They are a notch above New Day, where there's plot lines that makes you care more. So I do hope that they find a way to wrap something really interesting into who they face. So yeah, is there anyone else that you want to discuss? The men's US or IC? Is there anything else, or we're just gonna have to wait and see on some of these?
We're just gonna have to. Yeah, we've only had one show since Chamber, and they planted a couple seeds, but you got to give it a couple weeks before things really start to open up. We'll let it. I think we should probably just let it breathe for a little bit.
Okay. Before we leave it, the Jericho conversation. Are we saying with Jericho we want to maybe have him have the same kind of return that Cody had? Is that what we could see being the best fit for Mania? Or do you want to know that he's back and he's looking for an opponent, or he shocks the person before to hype it? Like, which one do you pull for more? The surprise of Mania? Somebody wants a match and this is who they get, like they did with Seth? Or do you kind of want at least a week or two before the breadcrumb of, oh shit, it's Jericho, that's who's going to face this guy? And which one would you rather
I don't want to see Jericho until either Saturday or Sunday.
Okay.
I don't want it to even be announced. It's just like, hey, if somebody's like, oh yeah, I really want a match, man, it's like, well, look, I got something for you, but you're gonna have to wait until then to find out who it is. It's like, okay, then people are automatically going to start, oh, it's Jericho, I know it's Jericho, and then you're going to have people say, oh, I knew it.
What I was going to say is I think you want one of the general managers or whoever it is, you want them to be like, I think I might have the perfect guy. And then you just got to, that's what I think all the fans want to do is speculate until the night. So I agree with that. So I don't want to know it's happening until it happens.
To make just to be more detailed about it, I think it should be Nick Aldis that does it. So I think it should be somebody from SmackDown.
I tell you, he's so pissed off with McIntyre. I think he's connected to that so much. Like I could see him just saying, you know what, Cody gets screwed. He loves Cody so much that Cody, you're going to be in the match now. Now it's Cody and Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre in a triple threat because his storylines carried him there. So I don't know if I could see him also doing the seeds for a Jericho return. I feel like that's going to be more raw. I could be wrong, but that's just where my mind is looking.
Yeah, I don't know. But I think it's just they have a history, I guess.
Yeah, I agree.
But that's just how I think it should go down. I don't want the surprise to be spoiled. And I'm sure you feel the same way, whether it's night one or night two. You love those spots where it's like, I didn't know this was going to happen right here.
Yes.
And
Just
it's like,
surprise me.
yes, just
Just
surprise
surprise
me
me. Yeah.
and
I get
be
it.
good. Even though if like somewhere back here, I'm expecting it.
We always knew. I
You know,
knew
it's
it.
like, yes, but it's
You
still a
did.
reason to get fucking excited about it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't spoil it, please.
Okay. Well, all right. Let's transition. God, I gotta stop
You
using
said
that
that
word.
word again. Wow.
All right. Let's move on to the NFL part of it. We just have a few things. We'll start with our boy first. Daniel Jones, we were previously going to talk about that the Colts are not close on a contract. That was the first report on, I believe, Monday. The report was, hey, we're not close. He wants more money than we expected. This is the kind of thing we talked about already. I told you, I said 5 years, 260. You wake up that day, how you feeling? And we've had mixed reports. People are like, hey, sometimes too much is too much. We're now hearing that he wants more money. We don't know how much the Colts want to give him, but we know it's more money than they thought. They're not close. They placed the transition tag on him, which for people that haven't heard about it, because it's not used often, it basically is just a restriction or, restricted free agency, basically. All it says is that the Colts have the final say on if they want to give him the better offer or not. So it's just a protection. That's all it really is. The transition tag is worth 37, I believe, 0.8 million. That is the range I wanted him to stay at. So I'm satisfied with the tag money if that ends up being what we do, which is a 1 year 37. How are you looking at that scenario?
Well, I mean, I don't hate the money part of it,
Okay.
but I also don't like the transition part of it because I think he can still get offered from
Yes.
someone else.
But it's up to us to match it or beat
We
it
can
or
match
whatever.
it or whatever. I get that part. But I think that if you're going to transition him and pay him 37, 38 million dollars, then that should probably just be in the contract like I was talking about when we were discussing it. You want the first 2 years to be lighter than what they're probably going to be.
Mm-hmm.
So like if you can get him this year for, around 35 and then next year 40, and then make it go up, make it back heavy because he's may not even play next year. We don't know. So
But we could
he's
see a
at least
scenario he's out at least 6 weeks or 8 weeks. Like we don't really know
he's
when.
gonna miss at least I think half the season. So and we've already allowed Anthony Richardson to seek trades, so it's obvious that we're looking to start Riley Leonard probably going into next season, maybe drafting another quarterback late or picking up a free agent to back him up.
I would say probably free agent. That's my gut.
Probably.
We'll see.
But, if you draft a late round quarterback, it's going to be cheaper.
True, but then it's two Riley Leonards, so that's why I don't know where their mileage is going to be.
So you could have two quarterbacks that you're barely paying.
Yeah. But if you're trying to win, that's why I'm just wondering.
That's what I'm saying. That's all going to depend on how healthy Riley can stay, and how all that shit works out. So if we're in a position, where he's got us, if Daniel Jones is healthy, let's say week 12, and we're 7-5, 8-4, I'm just like, well, I don't know if I really want to mess with the fucking mojo. You know what I mean? So.
Mm-hmm.
If he skids for maybe 2 games after that, it's like, okay, then maybe you pull the trigger on Daniel Jones, but you're paying him so much money already this year that even if Riley Leonard is 9-3, 8-4, whatever, as the starter, you basically have a gun to your head and you have to play Daniel Jones and you have to screw up the chemistry.
Yeah.
And that could suck.
Yeah. So do you think that, like, I thought it was smart as far as, like, the tag makes it so that he can see his value. Everyone can offer him. There's this rumor Minnesota really wants to throw some money at him. Let's see if they want to actually throw money at him because Daniel Jones is asking for a lot of money. It's actually odd. Why didn't the Giants do this with Saquon Barkley?
Yeah.
They basically told him without tagging him, hey, why don't you go ahead and go and let us know. We will make sure to beat your offer, no problem. We want to make sure whatever they're offering you, you find out so that you're not wondering. We'll beat the offer, no problem. Then he just doesn't
Yeah.
call him back. He's like, fuck you guys. Daniel Jones, ironically, with the tag, we are able to do it that way. And it's like, oh, Minnesota offers you 42 a year. Okay, we'll give you 44. And then that's it, right? Or they could choose to not to. But like, I like the tag because it really gives the Colts the strength to be strong with what they want to do on their cap, on their money. They got to sign Alec Pierce, so that's the primary. And it maybe you have to franchise tag him and also have the transition tag on Daniel Jones, but you don't want to lose Alec Pierce. You're probably, unfortunately, I think they are going to trade Pittman or Buckner. They're going to move a couple guys probably for the money reasons. I hope we don't cut anyone outright. That's what I hope. I hope we don't just cut them outright.
Yeah.
But regardless, I mean, would you rather, let's ask this question. Would you rather hear that Daniel Jones and them worked out the deal and they 37, 40, 42, 45, and they move it kind of that way? Or do you want Malik Willis for 32? Like, at some point, I have to start asking the question money-wise. What's a good fit? The age, the fit. At some point, if the Malik Willis contract is good enough, I don't want to pay more than 40 million if I'm being honest. That one's more important to me. Do you think that the 40's worth it for Daniel Jones, or do you see a scenario where you would give 30 to someone else?
Yeah, no, I'm absolutely fine. Like if Daniel Jones was healthy today and he went through the whole entire season healthy,
Yes, then we could do
even
it.
if we don't make the playoffs, I'm happy with him making 40 plus million a year. I'm fine with it because I know going into next year he's going to play week 1.
But it's hard to predict. The Colts would have made the playoffs. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
I get it. I
Yeah.
know the people are like, well, shoulda, woulda, coulda, but dude, we lost like all the games. We finished
Everyone.
8-9.
Yeah.
Like, we would have won those games. I'm sorry, but I think we would have beat the world champions. We saw what
Yep.
Philip did against them. Come on.
Yep.
Like, I think Daniel
And
Jones
that's
might have
with
been able to
4
beat
days of
the
practice.
champs. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking at that and I'm saying that this seems likely to have been possible that we would have made playoffs. So yeah, I would be okay with it, but he's not healthy.
Yeah. And that's why I think you can't give him, you can't just write off that money, especially in year 1. I mean, I think Ballard should probably put his nuts on the desk and be like, look, you're only going to be playing 7, 8, maybe 9 games next year. That's even if they make the playoffs. So,
Correct.
I mean, why would we give you $45 million in year 1 if you're not going to play 11 games? Why would we do that? I think, going into the 27 season, you're fully healthy, you're an ox. Okay, what we saw this last year, we know he can be that. So it's like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have no problem. If I know he's the week 1 guy, then I have no problem with him making 45 million a year, and I could justify it. So, but I'm just saying that first year cannot be over 40 because that just kills us cap wise, and we can't bring in any other guys.
The last reason why I loved the tag idea was if he doesn't get a better offer, he's on a 1-year deal. He's with Steichen and he's with Ballard. And now the Colts are in position to make some scrapping decisions the following year if things really didn't go well. I think they can go well. But you have yourselves in a situation that you can do a new thing. So for me, again, even Alec Pierce is if he gets a franchise tag, you're kind of going for it next year to some degree. You're trying to set yourself up the best you possibly can. And then if you don't see what you're wanting to see, you have that flexibility to just scrap some things and retool or rebuild. And so it makes so much sense. The idea of the tag, I was almost just like, thank you. Because I did not want to see a long-term deal that was overpaid. And now I see this as a go all in and we're going to see where we're at, and they can make strong decisions next year where they want to go. And if it's everyone gets re-signed because things are just, we can see it, it's right there, we make playoffs, hey, awesome. But they need the flexibility because we've been in this constant state of 8-9 or worse. They need to be able to rebuild and draft pick crazy, and they need to be able to do that. And having all that free money would help.
Yeah, and you're not wrong. But I
They're
think
tied
it's more,
together, you know?
yeah, they're tying them together, and I think maybe that's part of, part of the girls' plan here is to put everybody basically on a 1 year prove it deal.
Yes.
You
Lights a
got
fire.
Jones, Pierce, Ballard, Steichen, everybody is on a 1 year deal.
Taylor only has like
So,
2 more. It's like
mhm,
you're putting yourself in that kind of position to be able to redo.
yeah,
And does Daniel Jones fit in everyone else's system? That's important too. We might be getting what you'll see the highest level of Daniel Jones with Steichen. This could be the highest level. Do you want Daniel Jones past Steichen? Maybe you don't. Maybe the fit isn't there for where you go. So again, 1 year deal is great for me. I'm happy.
yeah. And I don't hate it. Like I'm not a hater of it. I just don't like the fact that you're basically putting him out there. Like somebody could be desperate to come in and overpay him.
Yeah.
Like you
Dayton will
said,
though.
Minnesota, I wouldn't put it past them to say, look, he played okay with us, even though he wasn't really in any games in Minnesota. But Kevin O'Connell has gone on record many times saying, yeah, he was really good in practice. He developed
Yeah.
really well here. And if it wasn't for Sam Darnold having the year that he had, Daniel Jones could have been our starter. So he
What's how
likes him.
much how much is too much? If Minnesota offered, what's the number to start off this year, and assuming it increases at least a couple million a year, what is the number that you think ends up being too much that the Colts have to just let him go?
Like I said earlier, I don't want to pay more than 40 million, especially if I know he's not playing much this year.
So
Like I think
42, you're like pass.
like look that he's willing to sign that deal and go somewhere else. Okay. See it. I mean, I don't hate Riley Leonard. Like I'm not, either way, if he wants to go, some other team wants to pay him $45 million next year to play 6 games, then do it. Then do it. Right now, I think the 35 to 37 range is about as far as I'm willing to go.
If he goes to Minnesota, do you want JJ McCarthy back in the deal? You want to like try to make a sign and trade kind of deal? Do you want JJ McCarthy to become a Colt? That's your Michigan Blue, but have you seen enough that you would be excited to have him, or do you feel like you would like the other directions we could go?
I wouldn't hate the idea, but I mean, I don't. If I'm Minnesota, I'm not giving up McCarthy for Daniel Jones because Daniel Jones, like I said, halfway through the year, he's not going to be playing. So they would probably want to keep McCarthy there. I mean, he's good enough. I wouldn't have a problem with him being here, though. Have him and Riley Leonard go at it, and I would want a true competition. But
You're high on Riley Leonard, right?
I'm a little bit just because of what he did in the very little that we got to see of him last year. When he came in Jacksonville, I thought he did great for
Yeah.
a rookie coming in out after the starter gets injured.
And Jacksonville is as good as they've been in like 5 years. So like they're pretty good now. Their
Yeah,
defense and stuff, yeah.
yeah. And then what he did against Houston, against their defense in the first half,
Mm-hmm.
those were their starters in the first half, and
Yeah.
he looked pretty good against them. And we know the second half they rested their guys because it didn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
But I still liked his poise. I mean, he played his ass off. So
Yep.
he's got fight in him. He's got some moxie. I like
Mm-hmm.
the kid. I think he deserves a shot. I think he deserves to lead the team until Jonesy's ready to come back if we keep a hold of him. But and if Daniel Jones wants to go somewhere else, and then I would be able to. I would listen to the Malik Willis stuff, but I just don't think that he would fit this system very well.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you're going to bring in somebody, you would want to go after probably a little bit older, somebody who can play that kind of style.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who you would go for. You can't even really pull a name off the top of my head, like a Gardner Minshew esque or
Mm-hmm.
somebody like that. I'm not saying him specifically, but he has been here.
Yeah. Mason
But
Rudolph.
or even a Jacoby Brissett or something. Mason Rudolph, fuck you. He needs to be far away from here. I'm not gonna field phone calls of that dude.
Hey, we got a great opportunity for you here. Was Aaron Rodgers? No, Mason Rudolph.
Yeah, fucking hang up, block. Hey, if you see a Pittsburgh area code, block that shit.
Another guy getting cut in the league apparently next week is Kyler Murray.
I think we knew this.
We knew that was probably going to happen. So again, let's say Minnesota 42 mil, Daniel Jones, he's gone, bye-bye. Kyler Murray for 30 mil, 25 mil. Like, who do you want to have be brought in? Because I am not as high on Riley. We cannot go into the season with Riley Leonard and an AR waiting to be traded. If Daniel Jones were to really actually walk because we weren't willing to match, we need to have another plan.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it and saying Tua isn't the right guy because I don't see the arm strength and the mobility necessary. Kyler Murray has the mobility. He's also not very large. So could he work because of his mobility? I would have some intrigue there. I would still be a little skeptical, but the people that are available, the Geno Smiths that are going to be available, Kirk Cousins, bud. Like, who's hate him, but I love Kirk Cousins. I don't know why. He's just a tough guy. When we talked earlier about CM Punk, Kirk Cousins is the CM Punk of the NFL.
Put him on a boat and pay the fucking toll. I don't care where it's going. Just send him far the hell away from here. No more Kirk Cousins talk. No.
Put him on the Danny Ferry and send him away.
Yeah. Put a couple coins in his eyes and let him pay the guy. No.
Is there anyone that intrigues you?
Okay, if the scenario is Daniel Jones signs somewhere else,
42,
Anthony Richardson gets traded somewhere else.
We trade him to the Jets, somewhere. Sure.
Oh, maybe we get our number one pick back. I would be okay with Kyler coming in, especially like if Shane and Ballard were not sold on Riley Leonard right away. The only thing that has always bothered me is Kyler's size and his health.
Yes, health is a bigger factor, I think, for me.
Yeah, but if you could bring him in for $30 million, I think that would be worth it.
I mean, if Kyler Murray gets brought in, aren't me and you both getting those new sports bras he wears? Like, we're wearing them, right?
No, I'm not going to do that.
Come on.
I have standards.
Oh, come on. Anyway.
No, I mean, okay, well, if you wanted to make me wear one, I better lose a bet or something. And even then, I probably wouldn't want to do it because I'd probably get arrested on here. No, it's too sexy. It's too sexy.
I mean, I think he has the best chance to maybe fit a style that we're going to need. And I don't know who else it would be. When I asked JJ McCarthy, I think he might fit the style that we want. So that's why I just don't think, like you said, he's not going to be available because those selfish bastards will be like, we got 8 games, we need McCarthy. Like, well, fuck you then.
Yeah.
It's like you're paying Daniel Jones 200 and whatever million, and you guys are like, McCarthy is off limits. We're not gonna do that.
Yeah.
Fuck off then.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I wouldn't hate either one. But I think I would probably, just because I think if Daniel Jones doesn't sign back with us, then that's going to set us back.
Yeah.
And then it's just going to be like one of another 2024 year where it's like, all right, yeah, maybe we win 7 or 8 games, maybe.
Yeah.
But we're not going to do anything. So, like, we know that this is the last time we're going to see this team together. Shane Steichen gets fired week 6. Ballard gets fired halfway through the year at the end of the year. And then it's Colts are dead in the water for another 2 or 3 years at least. So
I just, like, we went for it.
A lot rides on Daniel Jones's decision.
They traded the first round picks for Sauce, and it kind of feels like we were going for it. And the rebuild the rebuild will be difficult if Daniel Jones were to walk. So I could understand the concern. And so for me, I'm like, don't you have to sign a quarterback that you think is just the best to at least see? And I don't know. I mean, again, I don't know who that is. We don't have the picks. I know some fans, they want us to fucking just move up and go get Mendoza, but it ain't gonna be possible. We can't do it.
No, we don't have the deals to do it.
So I don't know who it is that we would trade for. I don't know that would change the life and make us a playoff team. The only one, again, but we don't have the picks, is maybe Lamar gets shopped at some point. That's the only one that gets the Colts in the playoffs. I think if we don't bring Daniel Jones back, we are missing playoffs next season. If he comes back, there's still a chance that we could, depending on how long he's out. I think that's going to be the thing.
Yep. And I hope to God they don't rush him back and cause other shit to happen. But it needs to be handled a lot better than the way they handled the whole Luck deal. Because I'm going to tell you, if that whole scenario happens again, I may just walk.
Yeah.
And I just might be done. Bears are coming to Indiana, so there might be another
Bears
team.
fans.
We're gonna be Bears fans.
There's one more guy that daggone it, I would be excited for, but it's not going to be Phil Rivers. I would be excited a little bit if Aaron Rodgers decided to come to the shoe to retire. If we were in that circumstance, I want to see some RPO back shoulder Aaron Rodgers in his final year because he did get Pittsburgh in the playoffs. He did.
Yeah.
And I would look at that and I'd say maybe, just maybe, Kurt Warner, last stand vibe, maybe.
No. If he didn't come here after Green Bay, he's never coming here. I was so sold that he was going to come here after Green Bay let him go. Like, I was convinced, like, he's going to come to Indy. He's going to play here for 3 or 4 years. We're going to get a title. And hurrah, bye-bye. But no, he went to the Jets, shipped for 2 years, then went to Pittsburgh, got him into the playoffs. So, I mean, he can still play. But
the way our team's built, just getting the ball out, RPO, handed it to Taylor, I'm just like, we could get in with the guy with that IQ.
Our special guys, our receivers and Jonathan Taylor, proved that they could play with an old-ass quarterback.
That's what I'm saying.
And they could be on the same page. So, yeah.
Would you not?
I don't hate it.
Are you not?
I was
gonna.
I would
That's
say
what I'm
this.
Thinking.
I would say this. I would if that would to happen. If Aaron Rodgers were to, it's not going to, but if he did, I would want to deal Pittman and then try to bring in a Mike Evans because he's already said he's not going to be in Tampa next year. So I mean, kick the tires on him and see what he wants. I wouldn't mind bringing him here for a year or two, and you give Aaron another weapon with Pierce. So I wouldn't hate that, but it depends on if Evans would want more money than Pittman. Then it's like, okay, no. But just to see what you could get him to sign for, because everybody knows he's his 11th year, 10th year, something like that. So, yeah, I wouldn't mind having that, though.
Okay. All right. Well, where do we think Kyler's going to end up then? Because a part of me was like, maybe Kyler would go to Pittsburgh or Kyler would, and that would free someone else up to be like, all of a sudden, we can get this guy.
Yeah.
Kyler goes to Miami, Tua goes to Cleveland. Like, obviously, some guys could get moved around. Where do you think Kyler ends up? And what's your gut telling you?
Probably New York in the Jets.
The Jets, yeah.
I mean, the Jets are probably going to throw him a lot of money, and if I were them, that's what I would do because he would be option.
You franchise tag Breece Hall, I saw. So you're like kind of trying to at least a 1 year strength, and you got all those picks. It's like, are you trying to win or are you trying to lose? Honestly, with the quarterback class next year, they might be trying to lose though, man.
I mean, well, I don't know. If you can bring Kyler Murray in and win you 9 or 10 games, I think they would be happy with 9 wins.
Of course they would. What if they get the guys? There's Arch Manning. There's a lot of guys.
Yeah. Well, they have our first round pick in 27, so they can use it to move up. They have 3 first round picks, I think, in 2027.
Yeah, because the Cowboys.
They can use that to move up if they really wanted to.
Oh yeah.
I think if
you're
the Jets,
move up now if they want Mendoza.
They're not going. No. They're going to do their damage next draft. Yeah. They're just going to. I think their first round pick this year. I think they should probably take like a Mekhi Lemon or something like that with one of their first picks from USC. I think he's going to be really, really good. And I think if you were to get him with Garrett Wilson, Kyler Murray, Breece Hall, that would be a hell of an athletic team. And don't forget, they got, even though he was shitty for us, they still do have A.D. Mitchell. So,
yes.
I mean, they got a lot of talent.
Yeah. And I seen that Carnell Tate ran a slightly slower 40 than people thought. So he slid down to the 11th best draft
I don't
player.
think that matters.
I don't know if it matters either, but they also have him listed as the second best receiver behind the Oklahoma State receiver, which
Hmm.
really shocked me. I thought, okay, now they're going a little too far, probably.
Yeah, a little bit. It's just because
But
he was
they do
fast.
have him, yeah, because he was fast. And I think Cornell ran in the 4.5 area. So people are kind of trying to be down
It's
on him and stuff. It's like, I think that's a little bit
yeah.
of an overreaction
Tate Tate, I don't give a fuck about Tate's 40 time because Tate's not speed. He's route. He's
overall.
crisp.
Is everyone,
He's
yeah, he's
such
all
a
of it.
great route runner. He knows when to cut. He knows when to use his speed to burst out of a route. Like
Yeah.
he's so good at route running. I don't care if he ran a 4.6. I'd be like, yeah,
And
I'm still going to take him.
ESPN has, I believe, Omar Cooper Jr. listed as the 5th best receiver, somewhere in the second round.
Okay with
But they
that.
have Elijah Surratt as like the 13th. And I'm
That's
like,
criminal.
okay. I mean, this is the
Criminal.
next Keenan Allen, and you guys are kind of like, are you kidding me? Like, so,
Yeah.
okay. So,
Yeah. Well, I don't care. Like
yeah.
we know what we
Where it doesn't
saw.
really matter where they go. It's about the fit. It's about who they've
It's yeah,
got in
it's
their
always going to
locker
be the
room.
fit. Yeah. What I
Yeah.
would love to have Omar Cooper or Surratt on my team. You know, I would love to have Carnell Tate. Like I hate Ohio State so much, but he's so good,
I'll
and
take any
he
IU player just because.
any one of them. Yeah.
Just because. D'Angelo Bonds? Yeah.
Yeah. Bring him up. Yeah, he would go well with our fucking under 6 foot DBs.
Well, he hits you like he's 6'3". So the final thing the NFL had to offer us was David Montgomery asked to get out. I think he sees, look, I got a couple years left. I can really be a guy for another couple years. I don't want to be a backup to someone. Gibbs is becoming his own man. He don't need me anymore, kind of thing. Mark
Yeah.
Ingram style for Kamara. He's like, I need to move on. He gets traded to the Texans, which is an already crowded backfield, but with injured guys.
Yeah.
So right away, I saw that and I thought, that's an improvement because I
Mm-hmm.
don't know what you're doing with Joe Mixon, but I don't know if he's even going to be able to play or what. He missed the whole year. He's basically going to be out for almost 2 years now by the time next season rolls around. Even Montgomery, dude, every time you turn the tape on, he is just he took the Bears level that he was at, and then when you gave him a line that really could block, he's been like a top 10 running back damn
Yeah.
near for
Yep.
the last couple of years. And so I am happy to see him on a new team. I am unhappy to see him on the Texans.
Yeah. Rich get richer, huh? Well, I think that pretty much says that they're probably going to cut ties with Chubb and Mixon.
It would seem, at least definitely Chubb.
Yeah,
I don't
they
know.
definitely Mixon. I don't think that they're going to want to spend the money.
I think
I
the
think
their
they should
young guy
probably let
goes
him go.
great. The young guy is going to go great with a David
Yeah,
Montgomery. So I do
yeah.
agree that's who they're going to do next year.
He's every. I think maybe not the pass catcher that Jameer Gibbs is, but
Yeah.
it's kind of the same setup. You know,
Right.
Jameer Gibbs is a separate animal. No, I'm not going to compare Woody Marks to Jameer Gibbs. But
Yeah.
the running back situation, like Woody Marks is going to be the premier first and second down back, and Montgomery's going to come in and spell him. You know, that's how it's going to probably go.
Right away, I
But
saw the pairing looks like Kenneth Walker and Charbonnet. That's what I thought it
yeah,
looked kind of like.
yeah,
So I was like, hey,
same
you
thing.
guys are paying attention to what worked. So,
Yeah.
and then I was like, fuck, they're in our division.
They're in our division. Yeah, but I mean that's every team has got to have a really good second back.
Yes.
And I
That's
think
what it's turning
running back is making a comeback, you know. But
Yeah.
they're still probably going to be cheap for another couple years, but I think, you know, the running back position is starting to make a comeback, and I think everybody's going to realize you need to.
It's interesting because what I think you're going to end up seeing is you got people telling you, I don't think you should pay $16 million for McCaffrey and this and that. And it's like, you're going to see these arguments between the two. And
Mhm.
then you're going to be like, oh, you know, it kind of looks nice. You have two running backs. And there's going to be some teams that they'll be paying 16 total for the two.
Yeah.
And you're going to be like, oh, but I thought 16 million for running back was too much. It's like, well, this is different because we've got an insurance policy. Now they've got two there. So we're
Yeah.
okay. I think of most teams are going to try to keep two running backs. I don't know if Seattle's going to keep Kenneth Walker because I guess they did not franchise tag him. That doesn't mean they're not going to re-sign him, but
No.
he's available now. And it is interesting to see how these teams operate because I think they all want two running backs. But some teams like Taylor, we don't have a star like type guy behind him. We just have guys. So I think the teams with two probably are in a better boat to win championships. I will say it looks like a better strategy probably.
Yeah. I mean, well, free agency starts what, the 11th,
I think so.
something like that.
About a week or so from now.
Yeah. So there's some teams that better get their shit together, or they just might lose what they can't. So I I think, I think Kenneth Walker does deserve to get re-signed. I think Seattle will bring him back just because of the Charbonnet injury is probably going to get Kenneth Walker extended. So,
yeah,
he's going to be a bell cow this year. So
I think if
they're going to ride
Charbonnet's
his ass.
healthy, if Charbonnet would have been healthy, they might have really said, we're taking a running
They
back
could have
third
just
round.
said, yeah,
But now that they kind of, if they really want to repeat and maximize
yeah,
the potential they have with the team they
you need
have,
him.
they kind of they need Kenneth back.
Yeah,
I thought they were going to tag him. I
yeah,
really did think they were going to tag him, and they didn't.
yeah. I thought that would have made sense for sure.
Yeah.
To at least try to tag him.
Because then next year you can decide what you're doing with Charbonnet as well, and think. So I was shocked that they did it.
Yeah, but I think he deserved it. For the way he took over after Charbonnet got injured. I mean, took over.
In a
they would have
roundabout
not
way,
been there without him.
He won them the Super Bowl in a roundabout way.
Yep.
I mean, he's the one that got them. Everyone did what everybody did the whole year, and then when the chips got put on the table, he took it home. So I hope he stays in Seattle.
Yeah.
At least he's not going to Houston now. So
yeah, that's helpful. I'm glad that we don't have to see him this year.
Yeah.
So I'm happy about that.
I think that just about covers it. I say we're getting close. I think we're going to have some content at NFL. We're going to have it back in our lives a little bit with free agency here in about a week. I think that just about covers it. Teams are jockeying for position and what they're going to do with their rosters.
Yeah, and March Madness is coming up. I think next couple weeks next week we got conference tournaments coming up.
I will say it does look like our Indiana Hoosiers are not going to be making the tournament. They've lost 4 or 5 in a row.
If they hit 10 or 11 losses, I think they're as good as out. So
now they'd have to probably either win the Big Ten tournament, or maybe they could somehow get in by losing in the Big Ten tournament title game. But that's not going to happen. So unfortunately, IU is going to find themselves outside of the tournament. It looks like.
Well, since you brought it up, do you think the DeVries experiment's working?
Looked more like it looked good for a minute.
And it looked good for a couple weeks.
I will say that how it's gone for the circumstance, an entirely new team this year. Not a single fucking guy was from last year. Not one fucking guy. Not even our power forward last year that I thought wanted to stick around. No, they all fucking left.
Mm-hmm.
In that stretch, I think it was okay.
Mm-hmm.
It was his first year, and it was okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what he does after his first year. I'm a big believer of trying to make sure you give everyone at least 2 seasons because you want to see how they cycle, and you want to see are they capable of improvement. You can't improve on something you haven't done twice. So he's only done it once with IU.
Yeah.
I need to see a second year. So
we'll see. I think in college basketball, you have to give him at least 3 seasons.
I think. I mean, I want more. Yeah.
At least 3. So I'm thinking, if you're under 500 for 3 straight seasons, it's not working out. Then you have pretty much a good idea what's happening. But if he can come back and get into the tournament next year, because I think they would have a good chance too. But Big Ten is still so good in basketball. Even I mean, everybody's got a decent squad.
Yes, there aren't really that many crappy teams in the Big Ten, in my opinion.
Yeah.
When I look at down the list, I only think there's like 4 teams that are kind of crappy. The rest of them are honestly pretty good. And if a few things broke their way, they'd be making the tournament. So it's just like, 10, 12 teams. If things had gone different, they're probably going to get about 8. But I'm looking at those other 4 and going, my goodness, they they're only a few games out, and they really at times played good enough to make it. So Big East has always got a few top dogs, and ACC, we got Duke out there. I'm excited for the March Madness tournament because it looks
Mm-hmm.
like we're going to have all of the top guys probably in the tournament. That's also the top draft for the NBA. So, and with the Pacers being involved possibly in that pick, it's like I think March Madness this year is going to have some star power. So I'm excited for that for sure.
But yeah, I think we're gonna see. I think we're gonna see quite a few upsets in that, especially in the first round.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of underappreciated schools that are gonna come in and make some noise. So
Are we gonna watch it set up, like 7 TVs like we did and watch
you
some?
goddamn right. You goddamn right.
Let's go. Well, guys, all right. Well, thank you for watching, and until next time, we'll see you later.